You're on that attack. A lot of intent and a lot of pace behind this. The smoke's already sailing through the sky, and they're up mid. Up brackets, jiggle out. Brokey looking for damage, gets only a Glock to the face instead. Carrigan has to tuck and drop that smoke twist. He's got a crossfire off the elevated angle. Still good tap, one back, needs more. No backup, running out of teammates. It's a clean pistol out of Vitality, charging into the A site with absolutely no time for FaZe to really think about that one.
Yeah, well, they were playing reactive there, FaZe. They had that little jiggle out top mid, and I think Carrigan was playing Speedway ready to play off of that information. So they had 4 players. Maybe it wasn't Carrigan, but they definitely had a 4th member over towards that A site to back them up. And, well, they had the right pieces in the right places, but Vitality were just so quick up that short side, and we'll get straight back into the action here with a force buy.
Okay. Deagles are plenty, even a CZ for Carrigan. Rain's got his nade with Zywoo's name right on it, just a bit shy. On the bounce, the second not the same. Zywoo down to half health. Very susceptible to a Deagle to the belly. Carrigan forward position, so blind though, doesn't get cleared. Oh, he actually catches Magisk. Zywoo trying to follow up, needs the trade, good damage inflicted, but not that lethality he was hoping for. So a double from Zywoo's SMG puts FaZe into the man disadvantage.
They don't have any information right now. Brokey's rotated around the world to deal with B and Rops and Twist. Well, they're starting to rescind as well. They've practically just given up the A site completely. So Vitality, strong signs early of playing with the rotation here. They're going to be in. They're going to get this bomb down, and Twist's too late to the party, unable to punish as they make their way up. All 4 members rooted quite deeply into the site now. As you can see, the digits getting punched in by Spinks. And Twist, Brokey, and Rops, the young core of this team, are going to have to hold on to their goodies. I think that's one of the most exciting things with this FaZe roster. Have had a phenomenal year. Obviously, reigning major champions. Those 3 names, right? You think you've seen them around the traps for some time, but they are very, very young indeed. 22 for Rops, 22 for Twist, and 21 for Brokey. And then you've got the elder statesman. Well, those are the ones in the grave in the round right now. The in-game leader, Carrigan, 32, and Rain, as Alan was, attesting to, he's getting on a bit. 28 for him, and he still plays as one of the sharpest and more aggressive members of this team.
Love the framing. Love the framing from Alan, just saying that, you know, Rain is playing the spots you usually put the plucky upstart in. And there's good reason for that. You know, I don't know if this FaZe roster would be finding as much success if it was just Carrigan on his Todd and it was all 4 new bloods. You can see a lot of love for Vitality there.
We're trying to find the camera. I didn't know where to look right there. I know that feeling.
Nearly ready.
Look, there's so much experience in the server, right? I know you mentioned the names, what we're talking about here, but you're just talking about, well, the individuals on the Vitality side of things, the Danes. You got to throw Apex into the mix, the coach. Spinks, he's obviously one that is going to be tested on a map like Inferno. Now, we'll have to wait till the second half when we talk about the B defense.
Yeah, but some Vitality. Of his T-side openings are still outstanding. I've seen this guy dig Vitality out of trouble more than once. Magisk flames out, forces the fight, and forward, down. Goes Carrigan, the jumping accuracy. Something in the water here in Rio. That was pinpoint straight to the head. And already, yeah, a bit of a tailspin for FaZe. You can see damage on the nose. Brokey, 1 HP, just evades the shrapnel. Dupree will park the bus here for a moment, responsible for any inquisitive CTs out early apps. Robs flirting with the option.
A BXQ would be great here, right? Obviously the low HP of Brokey that we can see, but the fact that they have all these goodies. Oh, okay, don't worry about the low HP of Brokey. Vegas just going to mop them up here. They're in the site, and the kills are going to keep coming. Dupree around the corner. And it's just Twist to find who's back where he started in CT spawn.
I mean, this is the same Vitality we had at the Challenger stage, right?
Yeah, but this is the thing. You think about their opening matchup of the day against NAVI, went triple overtime. And you want to compare that to FaZe, who went the distance against Cloud9, but they were the ones who seemingly lost the lead. Yeah. Right? We know Cloud9 are fantastic at these comebacks, especially on a map like Overpass. It's not the first time we've seen it. The bigger issue is that is the boogeyman for FaZe. The amount of times that they've lost in high-pressure matches against Cloud9 this year. Now, sure, that's a best of 1. You can contextualize that.
It's an organizational curse.
Well, I'm talking IEM Dallas, right? Yeah. That was in the playoffs. I'm talking about ESL Pro League Season 16. That was in the playoffs. And Cloud9 are able to beat them in those type of environments. So if we're looking at who's more frustrated with their loss, I would say FaZe would be. Because all of that boot camp they had in the lead into this, high on my list, right? I would have I'd have NAVI's face right next to Groove on the mirror if I'm Karrigan. Every time I walk into the bathroom, I go, I am not losing to you two again. And then they did in their opening match, the Legend stage. So I'd be much more frustrated with the opening loss if I'm FaZe, as opposed to Vitality, who, sure, they're coming in here as a name that might be able to lift that trophy, but going up against NAVI, simple in the server, right? That's a bit more of a 50-50.
The conclusion we saw, actually, Apex taking to Twitter, just saying that was a game that anyone could have won. And of course, when it goes quad OT, that statement rings true. But we are in a position now where Vitality are going up against their first taste of a FaZe Clan full buy.
Yeah, we need to talk about this, though. Theirs is not a full buy. The UMP and 2 MAC-10s carried through. So let's call this one a bit of a bonus round here, but doesn't appear to be used in any flary fashion. They're just standing and delivering what is a default spread. Megas is going to extinguish. And
Apex will flash. Rain aware. Anti for now. Brokey posted up for any curious boosts. Nades clear the sandbags. No one home, but still one holding that wall. Considering their options, ZywOo to facilitate, Magus to clear. Brokey should have them any day of the week. He's been pre-aiming this boost. He knows what they like, and that's just what I like. Magus down, unable to do anything with it. Even tagged him through the wall. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Dupree catches flak from 2. Rain and Brokey combined to put the Dane on notice. 20 HP for him.
It's a good adjustment. Wow, it's not even an adjustment. It's a good start to have this AWP over towards B early. So Brokey is going to send them packing for now. 55 seconds left on the clock, and because there were so many resources put into dealing with Banana early, you have to come back and clear all of these cheeky corners. You can see somewhat glances. They're not completely believing the fact that maybe second mid and halls have been infiltrated, and 4 players now congregating for Vitality towards A. Karrigan starting to sweep forward towards mid and calling this one clear, but the Uto, it's coming.
Okay, Karrigan, easy find. Apex draws him out of his hidey hole, trying to play with the jiggle, and springs to life. Twists, aggressive. This could be huge. It's 3, winning the round in the flames. He goes down after the game, but still, FaZe find their first round, and a quick 3-piece add a twist to put the first on the board. Yeah,
understood the situation very well there. The fact that he needed to play for that information, likely to get 1 kill. The fact he gets all 3 is fantastic work. Yeah, and prepared for this. So knowing that one individual watching the low ground, Brokey just has to watch the high ground. That little combo securing it, and this is brilliant from Twist. He will give up his life, sure, but that's the round they're looking for, and Karrigan happy with this. Now, I mentioned bonus round. Still plenty of cash for Vitality to buy in for round number 5. They have ZywOo onto the AWP here now.
Yeah, different approach as well to banana control. You know, we've just had an Inferno. It's interesting to see how FaZe's CT setup differs.
I've highlighted this previously with Vitality in the server, is the way that they get banana control. They like to throw a defensive smoke, right, and that is also to help extinguish any Molotovs and makes them seem a little bit more poppy, but it's also a way to stall out the CTs. They don't tend to want to be able to peek down. Yeah, they're going for a very typical apartment setup early, and it should be set up for success. Both connect, Rops and Brokey, 2 of the young guns in that FaZe jersey. Both win their duel, and Vitality, yeah, what are you supposed to do now? You've lost your 2 explorers on the A side of the map. Now Apex has filled that void. He's calling it clear, and ZywOo catches Karrigan. How? Straight to the fingertips, still finds lethality. Smoke deployed in React, and the trajectory implies sight side. This is all on Apex right now. There's still time for them to rotate back. If Apex can push out, he can maybe find the timing on this. Rops has given up the site completely here. Twist has rotated as well. When Rain's calling, yo, boys, it's not B. You got to get back towards A.
Still not in. He's still not in.
He hasn't taken the risk.
That window is closing. That window is closed as Rops does slink back into the site. Apex none the wiser. Now he's been spotted out. They have to find his duel. Magus, ZywOo both managed to find their crosshairs in the right place. Twist still on site.
Very blind.
Needs to go down. Now Magus again, delivering in the dying stages of this round. It should be a bomb plant. Brokey and Rain not going to contribute. That was a recovered round. I mean, this was the same round. Brokey and Rops both got a frag, and it was a 3v5.
Over-rotation there. That over-rotation towards B, they completely gave up the A side. I'm not sure why they felt that that was going to be the finish. Maybe ZywOo's AWP making them bite down in a big way, but that is going to cost FaZe. Uncharacteristic not to leave anybody over towards that A site. And that flash catching Twist, that's the most unfortunate factor there as he tried to scramble in towards the site. You would have expected him to be good for at least 1 or 2 in that position, but just completely white screened. And 3 players likely to stay alive. It felt as well, as soon as Apex got spotted by Rops, you're thinking, okay, well, the jig should be up. But Rops is trying to get entrenched in towards Pit. Didn't realize they were already up the short side with that lack of information. Gets caught out of place and then puts all the pressure on Twist, who goes down. So well handled from Vitality here. Just some quick rotations.
Yeah, it could be a question of when you get Robant on that microphone. Zonic, of course, behind the boys of Vitality.
two legends of the game here. They used to play against each other back in 1.6, right?
Still mad that was a kill as well. It looked like Karrigan was just on the jiggle, but ZywOo, he's always good at making a lot out of a little and perfect utility, you can see.
Apex's flash.
Yeah, Apex completely set them up for success there. 4, T-side Inferno. This is a best of one. Vitality, not forgetting, really pushed NAVI in their opening. This is a loser's match. Feels weird to say as we introduce FaZe, Vitality, and dupreeh. He's kind of aware. Oh, no, he's not. Swaps out to the knife. ZywOo does manage to pull us back into a state of normality.
dupreeh didn't trust himself. You could see he was ready for that type of a clear, but then the knife comes out thinking, no, this isn't possible, and it's caught pants around the ankle.
What am I thinking? What am I thinking? ropz does go aggressive.
Still aggressive maneuver from ropz as well. It tends to be one of the more passive pieces, but this time finding an opening now. In this scenario, traditionally, it would be favoring the Ts. Vitality can hit the brakes. They've got the util advantage, the weapon advantage over Karrigan and that MP9.
Okay, this is a clear game plan being established now. Rain trying to bait them in. Karrigan happy to push up deep logs.
But Karrigan can be cleared very easily. He doesn't have a smoke to his name here to be able to bail himself out. They can molly this position from almost exactly where Magisk is standing.
Yeah, Brokey will face the smoke and lose info top mid. Twist recedes as well. Vitality just piecing it together now as they start their walk back up banana.
Well, that's bait. That's bait.
That is a big bait. Karrigan still goes down. A good clear. Again, a flash assist for Apex, setting his troops up for success, but it's all smoke and mirrors, and smoke, oof, does not stop Brokey. Just on the fade, Apex, light fades in his eyes, and now a rotate on and leaving Twist, abandoning him in that pit. He's going to have to do a lot. Brokey's realized his mistake. 20 seconds, this is the final commitment. That is the shot he had to hit. Spinks caught sleeping, flashed off, frags in, from Twists. On that pit position, this time no over-rotation. He did not move a muscle. During all of the hijinks of that mid-round, he stayed vigilant on that A position, and he gets the double kill to secure it. FaZe back on the board, a second secured.
Oh, even with the 0 out of 8 bait and banana right here that you get encapsulated by Mega's kill right there. That's the gap that Brokey's able to pip and then keeps on firing. So the combination of Twist and Brokey and their multis will lock this one out. And Twist has been responsible for 2 multi-kills in both of the rounds converted now. Tends to be that individual to step up when the chips are down. Mr. Reliable.
It is timeout time.
And this will be from Vitality. So it's more to discuss the finances here because you have Spinks on 3.1 and dupreeh on 3.7. Everybody else can buy. So in this moment, you need to discuss, look, are we going to go more firepower? Are we going to try and hedge in here with a bit more utility? Mega's trying to get the troops focused here because, sure, they have this lead, but it can slip away very, very quickly. And they've gone for a full investment. So it's not util heavy, it's firepower. They've gone rifles across the board and AWP for ZywOo yet again. They might have to either go something a lot quicker or a lot slower, right? You could either going to have to try and fight fire with fire or allow all the util to be used to level out the playing field.
Yeah, you're right. There's the 3 players with barely a nade to their name.
ZywOo's got a good spawn here.
He's considering his options. He will at least post up on the angle. Is anyone brave enough from FaZe? A nade does go down the gullet, though. Up onto the half wall as well. Forced off by the flame. 5 on 5 in the state of play. 90 seconds, so plenty of time. And they just keep track of that CT utility. You know, it is being rinsed through as we continue to watch them go through the motions.
Basically level now. And we've already had 30 seconds of the round play out. So that just shows you Vitality, by being a little bit slower about things, how quick they've been able to force this utility out of the hands of FaZe.
dupreeh claiming apartments for Vitality. This is the duel ropz has been waiting for, and dupreeh already ready and receives. ropz down, opening for Vitality. Off the back of their timeout. Can they convert, though? Rounding that corner would be a death sentence. Right now, you got Rain and Karrigan vying for it. Brokey wants to show presence on A. Clear intent now. Can they break this setup? The 2 vets, veterans of the game, unload their mags. It's Karrigan with 2 frags. ZywOo cannot trade. Bomb scooped up safely. That's a big win for Vitality to recover. A little bit of chip damage onto Rain, unconfirmed. He's scary, but Twist should have Spinks. Leaves him in a bit of a dire strait. ZywOo, dupreeh, 2 on 4. Karrigan with a low HP. He's just going to be receiving information on that slither gap of that cross long. And yeah, looks like they are. ZywOo bringing that bomb all the way towards T apartments, looking for a house, and has found one successfully. He's been waiting for this. dupreeh puts his life on the line for another frag on the way out.
keeping them soft, right, as far as the finances go. So that's a decent kill. There will be enough for them to drop weapons here. So not end of the world, but making sure that it doesn't get out of control on the FaZe side of the server early. And that was a great double kill here from Carrigan. He didn't even need rain. You can see him pivot from that sandbag position, but it was all Carrigan. He locks this down, and you're wondering where the trade is. So Apex really not happy with how that one unfolded. But Mr. Emotional, we know we see a lot of different faces out of Apex here. Get the full roller coaster.
Yeah, I don't know if he has the ability to hide his emotion, but he makes no secret of that.
A little bit shy there, but under control again. Megas has been able to get this in several different occasions here, at least up towards the half wall.
Yeah, he's been very consistent and persistent in acquiring banana control.
And so is Rops in these type of duels. Close boiler, close holes, pushing through, ready to take some fights. We've already seen this look from him before.
Yeah, he does have a bit more pep in his step, and certainly more of an aggressive twang. Okay, retake smoke. There's the incendiary to follow. Completely denies any established vitality hold.
You want to try and enable Zyra with this AWP. We saw him hit that banger before onto Carrigan towards spawn. Now they will have to relinquish control. Have to wait out this smoke. They don't have their own utility to fight through, right? They can't molly back towards it. They are going to have to clear out sandbag. They've already died to that Sphinx. He rounds the corner into the MP9s. That is an easy exchange. Yeah,
Carrigan's actually redumping that util, trying to set Rain up. Perfect flash. He still goes down. Problems now. Carrigan calling for cavalry, but it's already too little, too late. Big find just as the smoke pops CT. Carrigan makes his presence known. Hanging around the oranges. Is it sweet? It is! He gets another done. Missed shot. Brokey does manage to elope through the smoke, and still advantage for FaZe Clan. But the bomb going down makes it interesting all the same. An interesting lurky smoke thrown forward, just underhanding. Keep them guessing. Rops clears out banana. They know they're likely both on site. It is a question of time. Smoke and kit are available. In fact, 2 smokes as they want to piece together the final resting place of Vitality. Apex, the more nimble of the two. Dupree committed to the emo. Needs this first frag. Gets it cleanly. Looking for the second. There's the trade from Rock. He hasn't got the weapon for this. Still finds the headshot on the MP9. Dupree, perfect position. Just needs one. Does deny. Rotting the clock. No time for this. Brokey hunts him down. It's too light on time. Does he get away with the AWP? He doesn't even have time to pick it up. Might find it after. Well played by Brokey. Gets away at least with the AWP, but that is just bittersweet. There's another round on the board. Those frustrations, that timeout, they do pay off and translate into a T round 5 now under the belt of Vitality. It's a real tussle here. Remember what type of investment this was, and you can see Megas there, somewhat playing anti-flash, right? So aware of the util set that's coming his way, and that's the reason Rain gets immediately punished. Carrigan tries to do his best work there, but that is a great round to win. That should get you fired up, especially on the T side of Inferno. And if you've got newer viewers, I know there's usually some around the major circuit, that is a prime example of why some players are sometimes looking the wrong way. You know, you see a professional player look away from where the action's coming, that is a prime example. If he does eat that flash with his teammates, that's a 3K spray down. We're about to go into a pivot round right here for FaZe. They have fully invested, and that full investment comes with 3 MP9s, an AWP, and an M4. If they're unable to get anything slightly convincing in a round like this, Vitality will break them here and be able to put up a slew of T-side of rounds. It's already looking good with 5. This could quite quickly become 7 if they don't convert right here, FaZe. So an important round for them. That AWP being the mantle of all of this in the hands of Brokey. Needs to find some traction, sending towards the B-bomb site, looking for a fight. Might get more than a fright as, yeah, smoked off. I mentioned that defensive smoke they throw. You're never going to push. It just cuts it off completely. It's no longer an option. Quick util. Well, they heard the AWP. Why not? Yeah, he knows that he's likely going to have company, but he hasn't been actually actively watching the apps cross. This is going to be very quick. Straight out of the bulk. Robs is going to be in jeopardy. Should be. Brokey in support, though. It's a big one back from Apex. Zywu cleans house onto short side. And Vitality have once again kicked open the door. Do not forget what Chad just told you. A lot at stake in this round for FaZe. You said 6, 7. Well, 6 is only 3 frags away. Brokey committed. Trying to find a way back in. Combat AWPing. Good flash. Apex eats his teammate's flash, but vision's restored now. Repositioned and awkward. Very awkward. 2 on site, 2 on pit. Carrigan just tapped through the smoke. Surely you get out of there. And Brokey will try. Loudly strafes around and will retreat, but that still leaves a bad taste in the mouth of FaZe fans. Rain's going to see if he can pick up this M4. Now, he was fantastic on their first map of play, even though they went down, but yet to get a kill here
in their second map of Inferno. Remember, this is the 0-1 column, so both of these teams are in hot water immediately. The pressure is at an all-time high, and Vitality, in this environment, have already battled back through that pressure just to get to this Legend stage, whereas FaZe, this is their first day of competition. So they will only hold on to the MP9 and the AWP. It gives them something to work with, but it has to be an eco from everybody else on FaZe, unless they're feeling a little bit funky, a little bit crazy about things. And that was it. It was the MP9s on the site. So they hear the AWP shot, right? They go, all right, well, let's try and go through halls here. They only have to deal with MP9s. They smash those out of the server. Brokey even rotated back in time to pluck one of them coming out of that balcony position. But it just wasn't enough to stop them from getting onto the site here. So one more crack of this Brokey AWP. You can't put it past FaZe to win a round like this, but a few things need to go right for them.
Yeah, one thing would be the unarmored USP on B doesn't get too violently tested.
Yeah, this is the thing. I like what Brokey's doing. He's going and firing warning shots and... Okay, Carrigan, that was...
He's trying to bait for Brokey, but he needs one. Oh, and he lets it go. I wouldn't dare repeat that one. Fires one back. Nades will rain in. 9 HP now on your hero AWP. And
I'd still execute. It doesn't scare me. Right? I would still think, okay, we have all the nades, everything we need. Let's execute and at least investigate. Right? Double smoke towards spawn. A little bit of a flub there, but
they left a bomb at spawn.
Oh, they'll get it. Don't you worry about that. Apex will get in, call this clear. I'm sure Dupree will be the one tasked with dropping back to pick that up. Spinks will be on the harder lurk, and he might even get to profit from this.
Oh, there's definitely at least one here. Rain. Still yet to frag, that changes. Spinks down, weapon upgrade found, and now that bomb. Oh, Rops is actually still on A side. Dupree doesn't get caught on his retrieval mission. Thought of perhaps a cursory glance down mid could have been the end of things, but yeah, this one's still just falling into place.
It honestly might just be save the AWP and M4 again.
Yeah.
Because they gave up the site so early, they know that it's completely given over. All that util they heard, you would have to expect at least somebody investigate it. Now, with the bomb going down, that is confirmed. So 40 seconds thrust onto the clock, and Vitality are the ones who get to set the pace in this round. Hey boys, do we want to save a bit more cash for the tail end of this? Yeah, sure. Let's just sit back, allow them to save what they've got. We know they're buying into the next. This is a fantastic T side from Apex.
The HLTV.org, world number 1 and world number 2. In a 0-1 match, and one of them is going to be 0-2 after the first day of the Legend stage. I mean, help me make sense of this.
That's just how stacked it is. That's just how stacked this is, right? You look at all the games, especially to kick off the day, and they're all bangers. Like, every game had a storyline, something you could sink your teeth into. This is the top of the mountain as far as Counter-Strike goes. There's no easy games here. Bomb goes off, Twist searching forward, and might just want to stay alive, and will. So the buy is going to come back out, but there will be omissions, right? They have to be a little bit lighter on regarding some of this util. Brokey continuing to save this AWP is going to have to get stuck in sooner rather than later, and that's a bit more on brand for him. So the fact that they're in this hole, how are they going to burrow their way out? Robson with an MP9 again.
Yeah, I mean, I did love Robs' aggression out of apps. Maybe it's someone else's turn to throw the bit of CT knuckles to the face. Considering it, Brokey strafes out. Oh! ZywOo happens. 2, clears mid, make it 3 as Apex puts the cherry on top. Vibes at an all-time high for Vitality as they're about to win the T-half in this best of 1 up against world number 1. And they're doing it cleanly here, Chad. Only Rain remains. 5 alive for Vitality, and that is a vibe. ZywOo just bounces FaZe back to spawn.
You look at the type of rounds and where they've lost them here from FaZe. They didn't even get an opportunity to play that round. They wanted to take the fight, and they just got absolutely sidelined by ZywOo here. 13 kills for him, leading the charge right now for Vitality.
That's what we all think is going to happen when we take that mid-fight. That's exactly how I'm going to win the round. I'll just win the round in the first 5 seconds, boys. Trust me.
Well, normally what happens in these situations when the chips are down, and we've heard from Rain in interviews, if he can hold on to this M4, I might be able to explore exactly where I want to go for this. Dupree is quick, and yeah, Rain's trapped. He's dead. I was going to say, in these situations, Rain just tends to go, yeah, I'm just going to buy a rifle and kill a couple of players, right? Now, he doesn't have enough money to really do so in an environment like this. And here it is again. ZywOo 1 and 2 are ready for that second peak. Don't you worry.
Just the 2 biggest guns in the round.
You can see faffing around. Rob's trying to grab a different rifle, and well, Apex is just going to run straight up and remove him from the picture as well. Second timeout called. There's Robban. Talking about having their second boot camp, and this is a flat-looking FaZe. Now, of course, both of these matches are played within the same day. The best of 3 safety nets kick in tomorrow. But That's going to be quite the story if they have to do the reverse sweep in similar fashion to what Cloud9 did.
Yeah, and Vitality right now, I'm sure they are going through, you know, they're breaking out of that chrysalis. The caterpillar becoming the butterfly. This is that transformative tournament for them. You've already won a Pro League. You've already been kicked down in the Challenger stage, down to the alarm bells of 0-0-2. Best of threes, run it back, smashing through, now coming in hot to the Legend stage and really just slapping the monkey off your back. You've got FaZe Clan up against you, 0-1. This could really, really be a confidence boost if Vitality can hold on to this momentum. And that's an if, because Rops is in the server, keeping his cool, gets away just with a scrap of health. Will juggle the weapon, try and keep that potency flowing. Is Twist now tasked? Or not?
No, he doesn't have armor. That's why he doesn't want it.
Touche.
So they are going to have to give it to Rain or Carrigan potentially here. I would assume Rain, but he's right now over towards that B site. So we'll be staying with Rops for now. Magus trying to draw things level. At least we'll find some damage and smoked off. So pulling utility here out of what FaZe are invested with for round 12. Top mid control and top banana completely under the remit of Vitality right now. You are extremely happy with this with 60 seconds left on the clock, and it gives a lot of options for Apex from the grave to call this out.
Twist has been given one to peek behind. Are they aware? Well, Brokey blind. Gap established. Oh, the head! It was in the crosshairs. ZywOo just too quick on the draw. Will take down Twist, and yeah, now Vitality looking for more. Another from ZywOo. Really has not let off the gas. One back, Rops, low HP, playing that head triangle, well managed, but not enough. Some damage into Vitality's attack with the bomb to be planted. Rain and Carrigan, known to be the B players, arriving late with nothing really to get excited about.
Precisely, and damage. Oh! Yeah, I was going to say damage is not really too exciting right now. That shot was, and Carrigan is going to have a look. He does have time if he makes a move now. And makes the move, and it is still now. 9-3. In favor of Vitality now, a 5-round streak here.
Can they do more? I mean,
definitely so. When ZywOo's playing like this, yes, because this is the complexion of the team that we expect, and it is the scariest, right? ZywOo top of the scoreboard, and then his 4 wise men trundling along and doing their absolute best here to have those instrumental kills just to close out the rounds. It hasn't been Spigs as the 2-eye seat so far during the major. It has been ZywOo, and then Apex has had a couple of big... Look, it really is just ZywOo here. This is it. We're getting to the do or die stages right now for FaZe in this first half. Yeah. They can salvage 6. If they salvage 6, we move into the second half, the pistol round, sure, then we have that conversation again. But if this continues in this fashion, this is going to be a quick game. Rops again, inquisitive, glance, flash forward, looking for fights, trying to find the straggler of Spinks, who is up towards that window room.
But what can these mere mortals do at the hand of a god? ZywOo, 15-4, showing absolutely no signs of stopping.
I guess when you get to warm up against the, well, your biggest adversary, right? Simple as ZywOo, that was the match to warm up.
Just to warm up.
The Vitality side of the server here. It's like, yeah, okay, I'm feeling the reps now. I'm ready to go. I'll take off the weights. I know it's FaZe. I know they're the world #1. I know they're the reigning major champions. I know that the Intel Grand Slam is on the line, but it don't matter.
It don't matter to them one bit. Rain needs a lot here and gets diddly squat flattened by Dupree and Magisk. Oh, FaZe. Already burnt 2 timeouts in the first 12 rounds of play, and this one is going to go the same way. They're into the B site.
Hold up a second. There was going to be a save until that kill came in, so Spinks has actually overstepped the mark. This is at least made FaZe slightly interested.
Look at Brokey's util. They're talking about it.
They can go for this.
Yeah.
But this is for everything.
I mean, this is for all the marbles. 9-6. It is still on the cards. It just has to manifest now. Time, very sensitive. Util towards Nubox, not going to achieve much.
Banana smoke.
Would lock out ZywOo. He has been hitting everything through smokes, though. Flashes in. They are committing. Very light on time. This is the volley.
That's
this is the volley. That could change it all. Oh, what a tap. Dupree bails himself out with skill, and now it is just Brokey to save. Vitality have ascended to a different power level now. And that's 10. 10 for the T side. Apex loving life. They'll go down with the ship, but that doesn't mean anything.
No, not at all. You're happy with that. You've got around like 9, 10K. You can buy again. You've only got 2 more rounds of play right here. This is phenomenal stuff.
Unbelievable.
This is FaZe just getting made to look silly right now. You know, they don't get the opening kill. The trade's there, sure. It's not enough. They rotate over. We're talking about the util. ZywOo's taking the fight first. That banana smoke, where was it? dupreeh's happy to stand forward and take a fight off of that contact, playing some fantastic Counter-Strike of Vitality now.
Yeah, and everyone's there pulling their weight, albeit ZywOo at 16 and 4 continues to rain down terror. Posted for the aggression, obscured by that smoke from the HE. His back is turned, and the bodyguard is fapping with his nades. It's a quick one back. At least recovers it. And they're just charging. They are charging straight towards Rain. Does anyone not check this? Calculated flash. Rain safe from it. Does get a baseball of it. And ZywOo will shut down the threat. Brokey with his AWP. What's he supposed to do? He's going to maybe even bang him through. Oh, was not far off. Really, really close. Tiny margins. Brokey's options limited by ZywOo. Just on the other side, it's going to be an AWP v AWP 1v1, a battle to the death, a battle of I'm sorry! I'm sorry! Can someone, this not normally? Can we check PC?
What can we say about this one? Yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I really don't. And they'll all go down again? Why not? It doesn't matter.
They got cash to splash. They're just doing it for style points at this point.
They're not allowing Rops to stat pad right here in Apex. He went from looking frustrated a couple of rounds ago to looking over the moon
just
here.
Straight BS in these kids.
I love this. They left a little Easter egg in the smoke there for Rain. It's a present.
No, no.
Come on, man.
No. His face as well, just stone. He's like, oops, maybe that was a bit obvious.
I did expect him to be there, of course. Of course I did. Well, okay. 12-3 possible for Vitality now. This is not what I think anybody at home was expecting.
No, it's so far from the reality we expected that I'm struggling to put words to it. FaZe, CT side Inferno. 3 rounds. 4 feels like a necessity. Last round of the first half in this best of 1. One of these teams, at the end of this map, will be 0-2. It takes 3 to lose. Best of 3s in elimination. And Magisk, oh no, destruction. Brokey next, quick flashback. Brokey at least gives us something to hold on to for FaZe. Maintaining control, but it may be changed as ZywOo is on the way. Walls, smoke, no problem.
Again, these mid-rounds from Vitality, they've done such a great job of either just waiting out, playing the rotation. Remember the over-rotations from FaZe when we were very early into this game? They've been doing a great job of making the necessary decisions, and even though they have 2 kills in their favor, about 50 seconds on the clock, Vitality, the map's their oyster. Sure, they don't have top brackets control right now. They have a number advantage situation with all the utility. They could pick either side, execute in, and as long as they trade efficiently, they will win the round.
And at this point, it's salt in the wound. FaZe already bleeding out. Vitality with a bucket of salt if they could find a 12th.
It's all on Rops here. He's in Graveyard. He's the only one that can stall this out. That's a Moto smoke. There'll be no long smoke here, so Twist has a chance to stop ZywOo, but on Rops.
Flash, vision, Molly needs to fight. Just stand in the flames and spray. 1.5 may not be sufficient. Twist, though, looking to finish the job, does have the chance onto Apex. Reposition is exciting.
Time.
Health is low, and that is the end. Surely, 5 seconds. No, they're not planting. Apex is getting it in time. Just needs to knock him off the bomb, and a missed shot to secure the 12th. Vitality, full of life indeed. It's FaZe Clan, whose dreams of domination may be waning. 0-2, hanging out. If they don't step it up in the second half, they will be on the attack when we get back.
Kills, 2 assists, 6 deaths, 135.9 ADR, 7 multi-kills, and 2 opening kills. Can he be stopped? That's the question. The bookmakers don't believe so. That has blown out massively.
They are not so certain anymore. ZywOo is a certainty. He will deliver. That is not his last frag. 21 into our second half. Jakey and MC giving us that 1s and 2s.
This will be a B finish. They already are so far up, they're being baited into this.
dupreeh, an armored dual Beretta, can get exciting, can get explosive, as can the nade, about to be cocked by Apex, looking to pull the pin.
First bullet.
Pulls the head off of Twist. More required. Good chip damage. Need to see some USPs in the feed. Vitality bite down and take FaZe for a walk. It's only one left. Rop's having a go. Needs 3.
Oh!
Quick headshots. Doesn't really prepare for the 4th. As ZywOo advances, you can see what it means to them. They know exactly what that pistol indicates. They could quickly condemn FaZe Clan stone-faced to the elimination game 0-2.
Oh, wow. You can see the juxtaposition of emotions, and you can understand why.
How many bullets did he have? Was it just the muscle memory, like assuming the rotate was longer? Yeah, he had plenty left.
But also, right, you get through those 3, you start to deal with ZywOo,
yeah,
right? He had a miraculous first half. He was the driving force, and yeah, okay, FaZe, they'll give it a crack. A hero AK for Brokey, but this is desperate now.
FaZe head in hands.
This is only made possible by Rops' 3 kills. So if we do see an awful lot of traction from Brokey on this AK, and maybe even a round conversion from FaZe, oh, Twist needs to get away, and now he will.
Does get away.
Oh, no, not for long. Apex chases him down, heat-seeking missile.
Strong arm on him. Magisk to be tested. It's Brokey, that hero AK. Jiggles out, needs to find precision. Quite the opposite. It's Magisk that's made the decision. This round is over. Completely flattened. Nothing to celebrate. Absolutely nothing for FaZe.
Why did no one take the AK?
Don't want it. Didn't even spot it.
I guess. I guess nobody wanted the AK. That is wild. Okay, yeah, not going to scoop that up. I know there's the M4s on that short side. I guess they think they're going to do a little bit more damage with that. But this is it. It's a force by now from FaZe. They are in the dumps. This game is practically over. 14-3. Hero AK nothing. Force by now. If this gets nothing, well, you're going to get a total of what? 2,900 into the next round of play to do this one more time. Vitality have stomped you right now, FaZe.
What a recovery of a major this is for Vitality. It's not done yet. Karrigan forges a path.
Just dupreeh on the site.
Straight up. Will they have the hesitance? Will they find full commitment? dupreeh asking himself the same question. Does bound through, using that smoke so well to access pit, up and over and around. They're into the site, and I feel like it's already 15.
No. The save's going to come on through now.
Oh, excuse me. Star just completely
yeah, no, that's all right. We can call it 4. So there's only 10 difference.
We've swapped sides now.
Yeah.
That's what happens after the break, is the teams take to the other side. And, of course, they do break down the door. I loved Karrigan's little move there. The smoke making it very hard to spot from that long side. I'm
still like a little bit perplexed in this situation, how they got away with so much. Right now, Megas goes down top middle there quite easily. They will be able to find themselves that M4. It's mainly going to be the Tech 9s. If you're Brokey, you don't want to give this over, mate. Better off just holding on to it. It's MP9s that you could be giving this up to, and they would love the upgrade on the Vitality side of the server. So bomb will go off. It's a 10-round game now. That's an in-game leaders round. Karrigan's gone, okay, nothing's working. Let me just charge it with the Mac 10 and see if I can find someone. And did, and there was the execute behind it, right? You saw the smokes over towards that long side. They were able to barrel down quite quickly, and now they can upgrade into some rifles here. But this is going to be such a long journey for FaZe to get back into it. Can they come back? Sure, but it doesn't seem likely. No, because all it's going to take is 1 or 2 rounds where Vitality have one individual step up with the multi-kill, and so far Magisk and ZywOo have been doing exactly that. If Spinks, dupreeh, and Apex get away with it, well, job done.
CT's just cycling through some initial utility. Passive start out of FaZe.
That's it, no more
perfect timing. Look at that, you see Twist just approaching the half wall. As that smoke does cancel his plans. Counter nades not achieving too much, and there's another stagnate towards the log position. So basically just static statues FaZe for the first 40 seconds, and there's still more nades being cycled through by this defense.
If they play the 3... Oh no, the MP9 of ZywOo is over towards A right now. I was going to say 3 MP9s over towards B and the 2 M4s over towards A. You can make an argument with the fights they're looking for here, but at least they have a bit more bolstered firepower as Twist is having a little bit of a looky-loo here.
Yeah, I mean, this is at least an elevated stack. Spinks comes out of his hidey hole premature. Smoke won't stop him. Perfect smoke CT. They're on their way in. Apex going to face full of flash. dupreeh none the wider. They walk straight past him. I don't know if dupreeh knows as they're going for the plant. They're assuming it's clear. Oh my god, he's got so many around him. dupreeh.
He can just wait.
The wolf in sheep's clothing.
He can just wait.
1, 2. They'd have no idea. dupreeh, flubs his lines in the final stage of execution. It could have been more. It's not, and it is a 5th for FaZe. They do so cleanly.
Could have been a real oopsie right there. Yeah, I'm saying he could have waited and tried to give out as much information as possible to his teammates trying to retake there, but FaZe were really starting to spread their wings, and you don't want to give up the opportunity. You're thinking maybe in this type of environment, the crowd gets a little bit louder and they start searching, right? So you have all those factors going through your head in that moment. So FaZe will grab consecutive rounds here. We'll make it 14-5. If they equally have as strong of a T-half, I will be more than impressed. And understandably, Vitality's B defense can be a weak point. We know that Spinks back in ENCE, they didn't play this map, but he should have enough reps at this point in Vitality, and that's something that they would have to have worked on quite significantly here to try and lock this down. I like that approach from FaZe. It was curious. They actually did a Molotov towards CT spawn to make sure nobody could be holding that line. I'm not sure if it would have burnt anybody off top of the boost, but that the front site smoke, and then Twist actually used the smoke for his pathing into the site so he didn't have to worry about CT. It was an interesting way to do things.
Let's see if this stays interesting. Rifles are out. 5 M4s for the defense now. Rain, early presence into the apartments. Makes his presence known as the nade is thrown.
If they go back towards A, it's almost a 3 short side stack they'll have to break. This elevation, not easy to deal with.
Certainly not when ZywOo's the first contact. He's likely going to find some lethality. Karrigan locks him in. ZywOo has a decision to make. Will he stand and bang? dupreeh over the smokes, though, has vision. Full vision of that boiler exit. Robs on his flight path and caught lacking. Big frag. More required. Rain one back. Spinks in the off angle. Does punish Twist's walkout, and no one else home on Banana. Big information load now. Bomb picked up on the attack man disadvantage. FaZe have managed to burrow Rain into this flank. Or rather, on the rotate. Apex caught and not having any troubles. Takes down Rain. Pulls out the 15th. That is, unless Brokey can get anything else done. And as the frag comes through, so does this rather sinking feeling in FaZe's stomachs.
Yeah, it feels like a bit of a flat game, doesn't it? But you have to just be impressed by what Vitality are doing here. You can't take this away from them whatsoever. Sure, FaZe getting blown out of the server after what was a fantastic start to the day. If you put their second half of Overpass and now this game of Inferno together, they really haven't been here. Their first half of Overpass was great. The second, not so much. And right now, staring down the barrel of that 0-2 we keep mentioning, and Sprout is down there. Sprout, as the Des touched on, that was one of the teams they played during the RMR. And they got pushed.
Oh, Chad.
I think it was a 3-mapper.
Well, it is going to be a best of 3. We'll see if they see 3 and if they see each other. Twists trying to give them a lifeline. A clean T round could boost the confidence, and that's how it starts. A frag onto Spinks. No viable trade for Apex or dupreeh. Still 2 men to the good on the hold. Utility to be siphoned through still. Counter flash should stop the crawl. Smoke on CT though. Denies dupreeh's contribution. Nadal chip away. Karrigan the first man in. Head of the smoke. Apex to get. Ooh, give it to him. ZywOo does get in and get out. Twist though. Across and into the site.
Still playing in the rotations right now. They will note that there was 3 players towards B. The boost, the CT player, there was multiple nades thrown. Twist is in the site, sure, but right now, the search party is back towards A. And Magisk towards this position in pit with ZywOo to contribute from that long side. He can lock this down.
The 2 best performers of Vitality. Magisk so sharp, ready and waiting. Cuts Rain out of the equation. Robs to sneak around. Brokey considering B. What does Robs think about though?
Caught.
Oh, spy?
Oh, he didn't see him.
No, now. Oh, warning shot. Rob still catches dupreeh. Weird exchange now as Robs looks to finish it right here and now and extend play for FaZe.
That's so unfortunate for dupreeh right there. That timing where ZywOo glanced back, he was just behind the statue, unable to see him. I think he may have caught the barrel or something, but that is so unfortunate for poor dupreeh, who knew that he couldn't play in the site. It was completely given up and didn't think he was going to be susceptible to that arch crawl. So manufacturing a gap here are FaZe. This was the kill towards top Banana onto Spinks, and ZywOo so aware of that type of creepy crawly maneuver, knowing the positioning of Apex. Rops, this right here is impact defined, but the biggest question has to be, is this all too little too late? Is it all in vain? Because FaZe haven't looked awake in this, and that still isn't hugely convincing. they all limped into fights individually there. Like, they noted that Megisk was towards Pier, and then they just, it's lucky Rops got through. There was no trade potential. There's nothing of the sort here. I think the crowd might be anticipating that Furia game that we do have coming up next here on the main stream.
I'm excited to see how Spirit fare as well. Team Spirit recovering the loss of a star AWPer after a deep major run. Back at Rio, rocking and rolling at the Legend stage.
Yeah, wonderful. He's actually getting better and better. He's
see
getting
that
more
clutch?
reps. Yeah, that 1v3 today on Ancient. Love to watch it, love to see it. Okay, well, back up to the plate. Vitality, they don't want to roll over and give any free rounds. They'll invest. And Zywo in the AWP train down mid. Carrigan, see you later. And the aggression's still coming. Megisk is forward, going to get a double. Surely that's it.
That's got to be it. It ends as it began. Zywo's name in the feed. Brokey, however, trying to recover.
Look at this.
Look where he's going.
So far forward, 1:30 on the clock.
You can. That's what you afforded yourself with a double kill like that. Megisk has set Vitality up on a silver platter to tie things up. Twist walks into Spinks, and only one more required.